Hello everyone, I'm so glad you're here with me today. I often talk about nutrition science, but this time, I wanted to go beyond the theory and actually put it to the test myself, in my own kitchen and daily routine. For 7 days, I ate exactly as a nutritionist would recommend. No strict diets, no cutting out entire food groups, just focusing on adding nourishing foods and making every meal count. My goal? To see what would happen if I truly committed to whole foods, balanced meals, and mindful eating for a week. I wanted to observe not just physical changes, but also how my mood, focus, and overall well-being might shift. Before this experiment, I noticed my energy was inconsistent, and I was reaching for quick snacks too often, especially during busy afternoons or late at night. So I challenged myself, plan, shop, and cook with intention for 1 week. I made a detailed grocery list and set aside time to really think about what I was putting into my body. This wasn't about perfection, but about building healthy habits and seeing how my body responded to small, consistent changes. I wanted to be honest with myself and with you. I planned meals ahead, drank more water, and chose foods close to their natural state. Even simple swaps, like whole grains instead of white bread, made a difference. I wanted to reconnect with the basics and listen to what my body needed, tuning into hunger and fullness cues instead of eating out of habit or stress. Life is busy, and perfect meal plans aren't always possible, but progress was my focus. I learned to adapt and make the best choices even on hectic days. I was ready to embrace the process and share my honest journey with you, including the moments that didn't go as planned. Think of this as a diary of my week-long food experiment, where I tracked not just what I ate, but how I felt each day. I'll share the highs, the lows, and what it really means to eat well in a practical way, because real life isn't always picture perfect. This isn't about a quick fix, but about understanding how food impacts our daily lives, our energy, and even our mindset. I hope my experience inspires you to reflect on your own relationship with food, and maybe even spark some curiosity to try new habits. Maybe you'll even try a similar experiment yourself, or simply make one small change this week. Let's begin this journey together and see what we discover about ourselves and our food choices. Here's how my week unfolded, and what I learned along the way. Before starting, I clarified my motivation. I wanted more energy and better focus. I was tired of relying on coffee and sugar to get through the day. My plan was simple: eat whole foods, create balanced plates, and stay hydrated. Whole foods meant fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats. I made these the foundation of every meal. Each plate was balanced with protein, carbs, and fats to keep my energy steady. I aimed to eat when hungry, stop when full, and drink at least 2 liters of water daily. No complicated diet, just core nutrition principles. With these intentions, I felt ready and motivated. The experiment was about nourishment, not restriction. Time to put these ideas into action. Day 1 started strong with a hearty bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh berries and crunchy seeds for breakfast. It felt wholesome and nourishing, a far cry from my usual grab-and-go routine. By mid-afternoon, though, cravings for sugar hit hard. I found myself desperately wanting chocolate, but I reached for almonds and a glass of water instead, trying to stay committed. I realized just how much I'd relied on processed snacks for quick energy boosts, especially when I was tired or stressed. Dinner was a colorful chicken stir-fry, packed with veggies and flavor, but I still missed my usual sweet treat to end the meal. Day 2 brought a dull headache and a wave of sluggishness. My body was clearly adjusting to less sugar and caffeine, and it wasn't easy. Breaking old habits was the hardest part. I kept reaching for snacks out of habit, not because I was actually hungry, but because it was what I always did. To help myself, I stocked up on healthy options like carrots and hummus, making it easier to make better choices when cravings struck. It became clear how much of my eating was driven by routine, boredom, or emotion, not real hunger. I started paying closer attention to my true hunger cues. By the end of day 2, I was proud for sticking to the plan, but the cravings for comfort foods lingered, testing my willpower at every turn. The first 48 hours were tough, filled with moments of doubt, but I reminded myself that real change takes time and patience. Processed foods have a powerful hold, tempting me at every corner, but I was determined to push through and break free from old patterns. I learned that the mental challenge was just as real as the physical one, sometimes even harder. It was a true test of my resolve. These early days were about breaking patterns, building new habits, and learning to trust the process, even when it felt uncomfortable. I went to bed hopeful, believing that positive changes were ahead if I just kept going, one day at a time. The real test had just begun, but I was ready to face it with determination and a fresh perspective. On day 3, everything shifted. I woke up before my alarm, feeling clear and energized. My headache was gone, and my focus was sharper than it had been in ages. A spinach banana smoothie fueled my morning, and I noticed I could work longer without distraction. By day 4, my energy was steady all day. No more afternoon slumps or sugar cravings. I even went for an afternoon walk, feeling more vibrant than I had in months. My sleep improved dramatically. I slept through the night and woke up refreshed. Balanced meals and less sugar clearly helped my body rest and repair. My mood stabilized. I felt calmer, more positive, and less anxious. The emotional roller coaster from blood sugar swings disappeared. This midweek turnaround was the motivation I needed to keep going. I was finally experiencing the benefits of real nourishment. It proved that the right fuel can transform how you feel. I was excited to see what else the week would bring. The experiment was paying off. My guiding principle was the balanced plate, simple, effective, and satisfying. Half my plate was non-starchy vegetables, broccoli, spinach, peppers, and greens. These veggies are packed with nutrients and keep you full. A quarter of the plate was lean protein, chicken, fish, eggs, tofu, or beans. Protein kept my energy stable and cravings at bay. The last quarter was complex carbs, brown rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes, or whole grain bread. These carbs provided steady energy without crashes. I added healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or nuts to every meal. This approach took the guesswork out of eating well. I felt satisfied and energized after every meal. No calorie counting, just balance and variety. The balanced plate made healthy eating feel easy and sustainable. It's a tool I'll keep using. The biggest challenge was planning and prep. It took real effort. I had to create a meal plan for the week, covering every meal and snack. Grocery shopping changed. My cart was full of fresh produce, lean meats, and whole grains. I spent more time reading labels and making conscious choices. Cooking from scratch took longer, but prepping in advance helped. I'd batch cook grains or roast veggies to save time during busy days. Healthy eating isn't just about food, it's about building systems to support your choices. Without planning, it's easy to fall back into old habits. The extra effort made me feel more connected to my food and health. It was empowering to take control of my meals. Planning and prep became a skill I valued. After 7 days, the results were truly remarkable and even a bit unexpected. My energy was steady all day. No more afternoon slumps or sudden sugar cravings that used to derail me. I felt lighter, more vibrant, and my digestion noticeably improved, making mornings and evenings so much easier. Bloating and discomfort disappeared, my system felt calm, efficient, and I was comfortable after every meal. My skin looked clearer and healthier, a visible sign of better nutrition and hydration from the inside out. My mood was stable and positive, and I felt more resilient to stress, even on busy days. The biggest lesson: healthy eating isn't about deprivation or strict rules. I enjoyed delicious, satisfying meals every day and never felt like I was missing out. Focusing on what I could add, colorful veggies, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats, made all the difference. Planning ahead was crucial. A little prep set me up for success and made healthy choices effortless. If you're inspired, start small. Add more veggies, drink more water, or plan a few meals for the week. You don't have to be perfect, just intentional and open to learning along the way. Think about how food makes you feel and where it comes from. Awareness is the first step to change. This experiment was more than a diet. It was an act of self-care and a way to reconnect with my body. We have the power to feel better every day, starting with what's on our plate and the choices we make. I hope my journey encourages you to try your own experiment, no matter how small. Remember, small changes can lead to big results, and every step counts. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Here's to feeling your best, one meal at a time.